Welcome everyone to the Grumpy Old Man. Got a cough here. Welcome everybody to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man, a twice a week sports podcast where myself, your host, TJ, and the Grumpy Old Man come on and talk all things sports. And for Grumpy, they say there's no shame in his game because he is always the same.
That's me.
Grumpy, man, oh man, you seem like you're getting a little better. Seem like you're getting over your cold, hopefully a bit.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it to come out the other side. It's not there yet.
Okay, gotcha.
I will admit I slept a little bit better last night than the night before, but not well enough. Sorry.
For those of you who are new to the show, this, again, as I mentioned, is a twice-a-week sports podcast that occurs every single Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're new to the show and you like the content, make sure you subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss out on any of the action, like on Facebook, and follow on Twitter. Also, if you enjoy the content, leave a little thumbs up. Apparently, it helps the algorithm, and it lets us know that, hey, you enjoy the content.
For those, because I try not to look at TJ much during our podcasts, but TJ, it looks like there's been a little change for you. And I will say you look a little bit better.
Yes, I shaved the beard off, Grumpy.
Yeah.
There it is.
Now you only look about 40.
TJ with a shaven face looks about 29 years younger.
Oh,
I'll take that as a compliment.
Well,
look at that.
And
look at the little picture there Grumpy Alexander's got.
Wasn't it your birthday recently?
Yeah, it was. Again, Grumpy, we're not getting into those areas. We're talking a little sports action, Grump.
I was wondering if you were like 50 or 55 years old. I don't know.
Yes, 55.
Okay.
I turned 55 recently, Grumpy.
Looking good.
I mean, right, I guess we could start off more serious with the show, and then we can kind of let it degenerate into some fantasy football back and forth on the national stage where Tony Pham smacked Jock Peterson, and then we can kind of go into the fan fight segment because we've got a lot to cover today. For certain, we do.
Yes.
But Grumpy, let's start first right off the top of it. Right now, about 3 minutes. No, not right. No, not champions. The Celtics are taking on the Miami Heat in Game 7 tonight. Want to hear who you've got? Do you have the Celtics? Do you have the Heat? What's your reasoning?
I really thought the Celtics would close out Miami in Game 6. And Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum only took 2 shots, like in the first 11 minutes of the fourth quarter. And Jimmy Butler went off, and it's like, dude, why are they not? I don't understand. And I think it's their lack of a true point guard is hurting them. Marcus Smart has assumed the point guard role, but he's not a true point guard. It's like, I was really surprised that Miami came back and beat them. That being said, Boston's defense is really good. Jimmy Butler is not going to have another 47, 50-point night tonight. I think the game's going to be close, and it's going to be the first. And as soon as this podcast is over, I'm going to watch the rest of that game because I'm kind of into it today. I don't know why.
Well, remember, this is a home game for Miami, so
maybe because there's no hockey games on.
Yeah, but this is a home game for Miami. I don't know, Grump. I think I really thought, just like as you'd mentioned, I thought Game 6, Celtics were going to go ahead and walk and close that series out on Friday, just because, again, at home for Boston. Yeah.
Was it?
I didn't know the stat was they only had taken 2 or 3 shots through the first 11 minutes.
2 shots between the two of them, not just one guy taking 2 shots each. 2 shots between the two of them. That is your offense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tatum has really stepped up in a big way this year as a whole. And think about it like this. He ended the game, right? He played well from the third quarter or from the second quarter on. He still ended up with 30 points, Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I like Jason Tatum. Went to Duke University, and I'm a fan of Duke University. But I think he's missing a little something. That killer instinct that certain players have. I don't know if he has it yet. And if you don't have it by now, you're never going to have it. Certainly, there are times when he's
okay. Hold on. Even earlier on in this playoffs, he's hit buzzer beater shots.
Yeah, I know, but you got to be. There's certain guys who just consistently clutch throughout their careers. I just don't think he's one of those guys. Giannis is. right? Luka Doncic is. Steph Curry is. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are like that. Kevin Durant is/was. I just don't know if Jason Tatum has that yet. Kyrie Irving has been in the past. I don't know. Just interesting.
Yeah. Well, when you look at it like this too, whoever wins tonight, or I guess the game has just started, whoever wins is going to be facing off against the Golden State Warriors, grumpy old man.
And
Wow. I
I
mean,
think,
Go ahead.
okay, I'm sorry. I think that the series that the NBA wants to see is Golden State and Boston for
I think
certain.
I think so too.
And I think that would be a fantastic NBA championship series.
It's crazy to look at how quickly Golden State kind of revamped.
Well, okay, but you look at the teams out west, right? Phoenix was great all year. Chris Paul, no clutch gene, right? Certain teams don't have that player to put you over the top. Phoenix was great all year. The Clippers were pretty good all year, right? And they, for whatever reason, they fall apart. Steph Curry had a great series. I mean, they got hot at the right time, got hot down the stretch, and they're in the championship. I think Boston can beat them, though.
Mm. Yeah. Boston, I think, has, man, I tell you, that would be a hell of a series, right? I've looked at series before in the past. I'm like, okay, gotcha. This would probably be the most excited I've been for an NBA. If again Boston goes ahead and advances, it'd be the most excited I've been probably since the Golden State against the
Cleveland Cavaliers.
yeah, maybe the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I'm just going to say that I just don't think that Miami has that sex appeal, if you know what I mean.
Yep. No, I understand.
It's all about ratings.
Yep. I think Boston's going to have, if Boston's in, I think they have higher ratings. That's for certain. Alexander said, happy birthday, brother. Thanks. It was a few days ago. I appreciate it, Alexander. Many blessings. I appreciate it. TJ Grump, I'm going to slap you for disrespecting my fantasy football. Ah, there it is. And you thinking the Heat's going to win. John M saying, Grumpy, you sound a little better tonight.
Thank you, John. I hope I'm coming out the other side. I don't know. I did sleep better last night, I will say, but I'm still not there yet. Counting the days down.
Counting down the days, grumpy old man says. I mean, you sound like you're getting a little better, but hopefully tomorrow you're feeling tip top shape. That's for certain.
Take a little Mucinex, take a little Tylenol. Before I was just kind of riding out without doing anything, and I think that was a mistake.
Well, hold on. Here's a little interesting stat. Clutch Porn's got this. The Boston Celtics have had great success in the first round in clutch time this postseason. In their last two rounds, not so much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They just don't have, it's not like Larry Bird is, coming out of the tunnel anytime soon. So, I just think about all the clutch guys they used to have back in the 80s and even further back than that in the 70s and the 60s. I just don't think they have that right now.
So we've got, I'm leaning towards Boston as well. I'm leaning towards the Celtics. I think we're going to see maybe a Golden State Warriors against the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals. Another game seven that's coming up to determine who will be facing off in the Eastern Conference Finals. You've got the New York Rangers against the Carolina Hurricanes tomorrow, Grump.
And we're talking NHL, of course.
Yes, I'm sorry. Talking NHL for those who are not familiar with the teams.
And that's an interesting series. Carolina hasn't won any games on the road, but they haven't lost any at home. And tomorrow's a home game for Carolina Hurricanes. Let's see what happens.
Do you think there's any way, right? When it's a game seven, things kind of change. Do you think there's any way that the Rangers could win on the road and beat the Carolina Hurricanes and hand them their first road or their first home loss in this year's NHL playoffs?
I think Carolina should be the favorite, but if Antti Raanta is your goaltender, your second string, your backup guy, I mean, we saw yesterday he let in 3 soft goals right away and got yanked, where maybe that game is different if they have their first string goaltender in there. I keep on saying it. You need to have your top players healthy come playoff time, particularly goaltenders. And you look at all the series, the teams that have their starting goaltenders playing are all advancing. Shesterkin can absolutely steal a game 7 in Carolina. Will they? I don't know. I mean, Carolina's done a good job not giving up too many shots to the Rangers, honestly. And Ranta just, if he's playing tomorrow, needs to do way better than he did last night.
Well, it's funny. Originally, I think even not too long ago, you had said that you didn't think, or he hadn't done it yet. And I said Shesterkin is a type of goalie that has the ability to steal a game. And I'm glad you've come over to that side of thinking now, Grumpy.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I still think I'm still picking Carolina. Now I'm going to pick them just to pick them
Well, Frederick Anderson, I don't know when he'll come back, if he'll even be back this year in the playoffs.
next year.
You don't think he'll be back this year?
Nope.
He's been out since April 16th with that lower body injury.
It's a long time. It's probably, like a groin injury or something. Those things take a long time. And what are you going to do? Just throw him into game 7? Ooh.
Well,
I don't know about that.
Oof. Yeah, I'm reading the articles to see kind of where he was. Is he getting healthy quick? I mean, this was on the 23rd. They said he'd done a practice. He'd left a little early, but left without a limp, and he had planned to leave early as well. But he's obviously a big addition. But you're right, he's now missed over a month and a half of action. So let's say they beat the Rangers. It's going to be a tough ask to say, here you go, now you're facing off against the Tampa Bay Lightning if you've been hurt for the last month and a half.
Yeah, I think it's a mighty big ask. And I don't think Ronta's 100% healthy either. Seems like sometimes he struggles getting up. So maybe he's got a little lower body issue going on as well. I mean, I think their third string goalie has been okay, but is that who you want to ride it with, going into the final, game 7? I don't know. Not me.
Good comment here saying, John M saying, Alexander will make Grumpy come around on Miami by Thanksgiving. The Miami Dolphins.
I never said that. I don't think Miami's going to be. I think they're going to come in second in division this year. I don't know if that's good enough to make the playoffs, but they do have the liability at quarterback. But I think the head coach, hopefully for Miami fans, can scheme it up and get the ball to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in space. I mean, that's all you need to do on offense.
The Wicker Man says, I think the Rangers are going to win, and these teams are both pretty good, but the better goalie's got to be Shesterkin.
The better goalie tender by far, even if Anderson is playing, it's Shesterkin.
Yes. And oh God, please, the nightmare I'd have if the Rangers were in the Eastern Conference Finals. And Ronta's been fine. He just had one bad night.
Ooh, it was a brutal night, though, in a clinching game.
No matter who advances from this series, I firmly believe the Carolina Panthers or the Carolina Hurricanes. If the Carolina Hurricanes don't have Frederick Anderson back or Freddie Anderson back and healthy, they've got no chance. And I think the Rangers, it's too much of a large bite within such a short time frame. The Rangers have, in my opinion, right, this has been a successful campaign and an unbelievably successful postseason for the New York Rangers, right? So even if they get knocked out in game 7, I think they could still hang their hat. The Carolina Hurricanes, on the other hand, right, if they win against the Rangers, right, I could say they're headed towards that where they could hang their hat on a successful postseason so far. If they get knocked out by the Rangers, I think the Hurricanes don't consider this a successful postseason for them.
Again, if your top goaltender is out, you kind of got to, gosh, if we had our goalie in there, we would have won. I mean, that's just the mentality. I agree. I would normally agree with you, but the Rangers are playing hard too. I mean, let's be honest, right? It could very easily be that Carolina advances to the Eastern Conference Finals. The problem is they got to play Tampa. The same thing with the Rangers. You got to play Tampa. Good luck. Tampa knows how to win.
I was going to say Tampa is a tough team to face off against. They're built for success, built for postseason success as well, with a lot of experience. John M. saying here, more possible that Shesterkin steals a game more than Ronta steals a game for Carolina.
And here's the thing. Carolina's been having a plethora of grade A chances, and they're just missing the net or hitting crossbars or goalposts. I mean, they've had their chances. And I'm like, dude, all you got to do is finish a couple of these and you blow these guys out. Just hasn't been the case. Maybe they can start gripping their sticks a little bit too tight.
It's a home game though, right? So I feel like Carolina's going to be like, okay, gotcha. We feel very confident. Hey, we're coming at home. We haven't lost a home game all postseason. I think they have to feel confident in that factor.
Yeah, without a doubt. But I mean, even last night in the first period, they were carrying the action to the Rangers early. And on the Rangers, like with whatever, 8 minutes into the game, Aho, a great save by Shesterkin. They come right down and Ranta lets in a softie. Only the second shot of the game for the Rangers. It's like, ugh, you can't do that. It's coming up with routine saves is just key, and coming up with big saves at big moments.
Yep.
That's something that second string and third string goalies, they're usually not able to do that. That's why they play second and third string.
The Wickerman says, Grumpy, I don't trust Ronta even at home. That's why I think that the Rangers can steal Game 7 on the road.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible, but selfishly, I'm going to be rooting for Carolina.
And Carolina keeps getting high quality
Right?
chances, even over the losses. Yeah, and the Rangers need to clean up better in front of the net. They have to find a way to score in Carolina.
I think Carolina's goals against at home is like 2.5 goals less than on the road. I mean, they played better at home.
Mm.
The Caniacs, those are their fans. I don't know. They call themselves the idiots, whatever. I mean,
Bunch of jerks. They call themselves
okay,
jerks.
jerks. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what. They're 1,000% behind their team. 1,000%.
Yep. Yeah. Alexander says TJ's looking like John Moxley.
Who was he? He used to be in with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in, gosh, I forget that. It's been so long now. In like a wrestling faction in WWE. I forgot. Dean Ambrose. He was Dean Ambrose.
I'm going to
And
pick the best looking picture I can find of John Moxley because I know that Alexander meant this as a compliment. They look like John Moxley, this type of John Moxley, right here.
something? You do look a little bit like him if you had that scroungy beard back.
Ah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, and I think I actually think I need. Oh, he was dating Renee Young, who's one of the ring girls or something in WWE.
He also says I look like this character, whoever this is, Grump.
That's him.
Hold on, that's the same guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Without the beard. Yeah.
Wow. Day and night difference. And then with no facial hair. There we go. And yet high quality chances. The Celtics Grumpy says what a films. The Celtics.
Well, that's what I would have asked who should, he look for extended run. I told him the Celtics at the beginning of the playoffs. Come on, Celtics, prove me right. Don't make me look stupid.
The Wicked Man says nobody's beaten Tampa, in my opinion. The Hurricanes are missing their goalie, TJ. As about to say, they need Anderson if they would have any chance. And even if he came back, who knows how rusty he would be after not playing any action in the last month and a half. It's a really tough uphill climb for Carolina. I think that or the Rangers. I think the Tampa they steamroll through.
Yeah, I just think Tampa's just better.
And nothing like a Game 7, says what a film.
True.
Absolutely.
True.
Drill
every mistake gets amplified. I mean, yeah, you can become a hero if you perform in a Game 7.
A hero or somebody who crumbles under pressure. One of the two. Drew L says, "Holy crap, TJ shaved." Yes, I did. And Alexander said, "Do you think that Brindamore gets fired if they lose to the Rangers?" I don't think so. No. Here's the thing: if they got bounced in the first round, I thought Brindamore's seat's very hot. Maybe he did get fired, but no, they won a playoff round. They've gone to Game 7 with their backup goalie with Ronta and down to the third string guy. But yes, I don't think he's on a hot seat.
No, me neither.
TJ looks more like a 12-year-old. That's true. And did Lou's facial hair policies rub off on you, TJ? Yes, they did.
I do think TJ looks better without the beard, though. I'll give you credit for that.
John M saying, really doesn't matter who wins. Tampa is going to the finals.
Smart man, John. Smart man.
And the Shield.
The Shield. That's who it was. The Shield. That's right.
John M saying, hey, TJ, Nanu.
Who says that, TJ?
What was that?
Who said Nanu?
From Morton Mindy.
Mork, not Mort. Mork.
Mork. The Wickerman said Rangers defense is their weak point. Yes, it is. That's something they can really address this offseason. No doubt in my mind. That's something I think that they'll be able to get sorted out.
It's easy to get better defensively than it is to find guys who can put the puck in the net. I guess TJ just agrees.
I just saw something. Thanks, Alexander, for sending this to me. And we got one here from Joe as well. He sent us this. So there's a lot of pandemonium that's been happening in sports, right? I want to talk about the serious things first, right? Game sevens. Who doesn't love some game seven action? A lot of craziness that's happened. Let me actually let you talk about this, Grumpy. Speak a little bit about the Champions League final, right? We're going to go ahead and cover that topic. Real Madrid.
Yes. A la Madrid, Real Madrid. No one gave them a chance. All these fantastic English Premier League teams, way better than La Liga. Madrid, who did they beat? Coming from behind. PSG, the state-owned PSG, beat them in the second leg. Chelsea, defending European champions, done and dusted. Manchester City, the champions of the English Premier League, come back again. 2 goals in the 90th minute and later to even get to extra time. Then Liverpool going for a historic quadruple. Well, no. What they forgot was they had to play Real Madrid. Bye-bye, Real Madrid. 14. I can't even count up to 14. 14-time European League champions. Spectacular. And the way they did it, unbelievable this year.
Yes.
And again, a guy,
it was 20, here's it.
21 years old, right? What did I say earlier? You develop reputation for doing special things in big games. Vinicius Jr. Last year, the kid couldn't even dribble the ball with his feet, turn it over. It was so bad that Karim Benzema says, don't pass him the ball. I don't even think he's playing for our team. And this year, he scores the game-winning goal in the Champions League. Fantastic.
Okay, thank you. Yes, it was an interesting game to watch from a standpoint of kind of Real, right? And this is the thing. They look at it, and it depends always on the team, right? Real, after they go up a goal, sits back, park the bus, no problem with it. That's what happens. You're on a big stage like that. That's what you've got to do. But when a team like Real Madrid or Barcelona or Liverpool does that, or Chelsea, they say, "Oh, what a tactical masterpiece! A master class with the tactics right there by Ancelotti. Unbelievable." When bad teams do that, no, it's not looked at as a tactical masterpiece. It's like, oh man, they just hold it on for dear life. It's just funny how that kind of changes based off of the crest and based off of what you wear in front of the jersey.
Okay, here's the thing. Real Madrid has been a team in years past where, when Cristiano Ronaldo was there and they had Benzema and Bale playing up top, even going back to when Zidane played there, it was like all action all the time, football, right? Or soccer. And, this year they didn't have that. They had to button it up defensively a little bit more. Benzema's been fantastic all year. Vinicius has been outstanding too, but they've had to adjust their tactics. And against these high-flying English teams in particular, which are all offense all the time, they lay back, and then do the counter punch. And they had a goal that was, in my opinion, incorrectly disallowed at the end of the first half. And then the same thing on the counter punch. In the second half, they just take that 1-0 lead, and they were outstanding defensively. And the goaltender Thibaut Courtois was spectacular last night.
Yeah, I mean, he kept them in the game. I'm just saying, right, from what you expect when you think of Real Madrid, historically, when you think of Real Madrid, you think of a team that's got offensive acumen unbelievable amounts of offensive acumen, a team that when they're on the front, they are going to pin you in your zone and you're going to be breathing, you're treading water, right? It wasn't like that, right? And it hasn't been like that really for the most part for Real at large portions this season. I'm just saying, right, from what we had expected, I think a lot of people had expected a little bit more of a back and forth, a little bit more of, hey, one team, right? Liverpool usually plays towards the tail end of the season. They hadn't, but Liverpool usually this year have been playing on the front foot, right? They go up early and they go ahead and then start piling on, right? And Real Madrid was one of those teams that, as of recent, was a team that, hey, they go down early, they come back, and the late game heroics always to find a way to win. And it was in a different spot for Real where they scored first, and Liverpool was in a situation where they were down. They were down.
Yeah, but the whole thing is, Real is a veteran team. They have some younger players, but they're a veteran team. Their midfield is the same guys who were winning championships 8 years ago. Okay, but here's the thing. They know how to alter their tactics depending on the opponent. Where you know what you're getting from Liverpool. I think Jurgen Klopp is probably the best coach in soccer today, but everything's high press for him. So what do you do in a high press? You play back, you play back, you play back. You hope to get a chance, and that's what they did. Absolutely a masterclass by Ancelotti, without a doubt.
Jesus, that's what I mean. If a team, like, here's the thing: if a team like Burnley does that, and steals a game and steals a win, oh no, they're looked at as anti-football. That's what they call them, anti-football. It's what Jurgen Klopp's referred to Burnley as before. It's what they refer to these teams that try to play that sit back, counterpunch. When Ancelotti does it, masterclass, masterpiece, fantastic. I'm not trying to throw Real Madrid in the same names as cellar dweller teams. I'm talking about the specific tactics and the ideology. When a team that does it, that's really good and heralded as, one of the icons or one of the, one of the golden boys when it comes to football, right? It's looked at as a masterclass. When teams that are beneath those level, right, they don't have as much history, not as good of a team, they try to go ahead and slug it out the same way that Real did. It's looked at a little differently.
Okay. That's not how Real plays all the time, though. That's my point. They did against Liverpool because they're a high press team. So you don't want to get burned by deep passes. So you know what? Because that's how Liverpool gets on the front foot. If you attack them too much early, that's not how they played against PSG. I mean, they did against Man City, but I mean, those teams are, high press, full on attack.
Well,
But you look at them in La Liga and in
they
other.
weren't playing back like that when they were down on aggregate against PSG in the second leg. That's correct.
Well, they weren't. Well, here's the thing: they were down to PSG till the 90th minute, and then they brought all the young guys, and it was full attack. He changed tactics because he had to. They're capable of doing it. And Ancelotti, four-time, the most of any coach, four-time Champions League coach of the, where he's won four times. I mean, incredible.
Okay. What I'm going to say here, and I'll say it again, when teams play, right, you look at it as a masterpiece or masterclass when Real Madrid does it. When other teams do that, they're considered playing anti-football. Oh, they're trying to stop the game. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. They're trying to prevent us out there on the pitch from really showing what the beautiful sport's about. It's just funny how that differs.
Okay,
It's
but
one
Real,
team doing as compared to the other because it's the same shit.
but Real didn't really do that yesterday. They weren't parking the bus.
What?
No, they were taking their
What?
chances. They were taking their chances. But they were. They wanted to get the game late. That's what they want to do. They didn't want it to be a run and gun game.
When Danny Ceballos was up there all alone and nobody else helped pursue,
He missed the net.
that easily could have made it 2-0, right? That's considered playing anti-football sitting back. They played park the bus. Come on. Stop. I'm just saying when teams like Real Madrid do that for a short time frame, they consider it a masterclass. When teams that are beneath and cellar dwellers do something like that, they consider it anti-football. I just kind of find it funny. That's all I want to bring up. I just think it's funny how it changes based off of the team you are, the style that you play changes, what type of rep it gets and how it gets praised.
Okay. But see, that's
the team that you play for.
Real Madrid isn't Atletico Madrid. That's the way Atletico Madrid plays all the time. That's not how Real Madrid plays. That's why I'm a fan of theirs, because their matches are so entertaining. You might have a game
that doesn't get called playing anti-football, though. That's my point, because Atletico is a very successful club. They never get called or considered playing anti-football.
You're wrong, because Manchester City called them anti-football this year when they played them.
First time they've ever been called anti-football. It's not like every single time in the press after a big team plays them, they call it anti-football. Okay. Jesus Christ, Grumpy. Gotcha. Well, we'll just move on there from that one. As Grumpy violently blowing the nose. But yes, got a few more comments. Grump, Renee Young and him are married with a kid.
There you go. I knew they were dating.
They get a chance. They're going to tear Mike Smith apart.
I don't think they're going to get a chance at him. I think Colorado. I think Nathan McKinnon is licking his chops to go against Mike Smith.
Well, I wanted to go ahead and bring up. So I want to finish up a little bit about the Champions League as well. So had a delayed start time. There was a lot of craziness going on around this was in Paris, correct, Rump?
In Paris. It was moved from Russia, which is where the final was supposed to be. But it got, because of the war and stuff and what Russia was doing, they moved it to Paris.
Yes. So, needless to say, there's videos and compilations across the board. So now this, and I'll read the little portion of it. So Grumpy, you'll be familiar with what's going on in this clip we're about to watch. These are Real Madrid fans that are jumping the fences that don't have tickets. So the game got pushed back about 30 to 45 minutes off of what the anticipated start time was, is because there was so much craziness going on with people not having tickets entering, and people that did have tickets unable to enter because the staff was just not prepared for the mass amount of people that were going to try to go ahead and enter this game without without a ticket. So I mean, like, you'll see, Grumpy, it's just a madhouse.
Climb that fence. Climb that fence. You know, I'm going to tell you what. Climbing a fence like that's a young man's game.
For certain is.
Uh-oh. Look at this. He doesn't know what to do. The security guard says, "Oh, yeah, nice job."
I was about to say, what are you going to do for security? They're already in.
Oh, look at this. I want to see their boys win. Are these all Real Madrid fans?
This is the Real Madrid entranceway. That's correct. Well, here's the thing. Because now the Liverpool entranceway was completely shut down. So they had, after all this happened, right, they had moved some of these people out. They had to have Liverpool fans enter and be in the Real Madrid. It was just an absolute clusterfuck. They had to have them in the Real Madrid section and stands in that area, like a small section of it. And when they had left and exited, they had a difficult time exiting as well, because it was just anything that could go wrong at that game regarding getting people in and out did go wrong, Grump.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because when I saw that, it reminded me of, I don't remember the year, maybe 1989, where a bunch of Liverpool fans were killed because of, I forget where they were playing, but they let too many fans into a small area and they were crushed. I think 79 fans died during an English game, and ESPN, 30 for 30 had a really fantastic documentary on that, where they talked to some of the survivors and some of the families of the deceased, and how the government was trying to blame the fans when it was actually the police, and the whole ticket process failed. And you just saw the look at the people's faces where they were dragging people out of the stands and they were blue. They just got crushed. Yep. What a shame. And it kind of reminded me when I saw that, I'm like, man, they already went through something like that. I hope nothing bad happened.
I'm like, there's video. I mean, if you go out and look at it on Twitter, there's videos left and right of people just illegally getting into the stadium as well. Obviously, security was not prepared for what they'd seen. There were stories of Everton supporters creating fake tickets or fake travel. People had tickets, Liverpool fans had tickets, and they had created fake travel agency, and they were going to drive, or they're going to travel them from a spot in Liverpool all the way to the game in Paris, but it wound up being actually fake. And people are taking pride and laughing around. Oh, just it was a nuts occasion there across the board.
Yeah, I'm just glad no one got hurt. I know
I don't know if nobody got hurt, but hopefully nobody did.
Well, no one was killed, like in that Hillsborough incident. I mean, like I said, you got to watch that documentary. I mean, my heart. Every time I watch it, I swear I get emotional, because just listen to those parents talk about their kids the last time they saw them. And you got to remember, in English league football, everything's like a town team.
Yes, I know. I've been there.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying. And they didn't open up, like now they have stadiums differently, where they just had one pen open and everything was blocked up. So people just packed in like sardines. They just kept letting them in, and no one could get over the top. It was, like I said, if you ever get a chance to watch, it's fantastic.
Okay, gotcha, Grumpy. Maybe. Okay. I can't make any promises. But now, did you know Camila Cabello, and I'm going to mispronounce her name, she's a singer, Grumpy, and
Camila Cabello,
sure, that's it. She made a tweet After singing, and she said, playing back our performance, I can't believe that people were singing their team anthem so loud during our performance. Like, my team and I worked tirelessly for so long to bring the right vibes and give a good show. That was then deleted shortly after.
Who is she and what does she do?
She's she's a singer, Grumpy, as I just said. She's a singer,
And
and
what is
she's a very popular pop artist. And she went ahead and she was very upset that people, because she was getting ridiculed because it wasn't a great, it wasn't a great introduction song and everything like that and show, apparently. So she came out there tweeting that, and I just love the comments, right? People saying serves them right for trying to Americanize football. They paid to see a football game, not Camilla Caballo's concert. Do you think that Peter, 53 years old from Toxic, is going to be singing Senorita after drinking lager since 8:30 in the morning in Paris? So it's just, it's funny to see how out of touch sometimes people are in that area, Grump.
well, who's out of touch? Who do
The artist, Grump.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were saying, just the fan, because here's the thing. It's the commercialization of the sport, and you're seeing them do it. It's like the NFL for the Super Bowl. They have like an 8-hour pregame show. Does anyone care about the pregame show?
What I'm saying, no, nobody cares about that. What I'm saying here is this, Grumpy. I'm shocked, right? She immediately deleted the post thereafter, but I'm like, man, oh man, the freaking gall and the nuts on somebody to say, I can't believe that these fans were singing their team songs when I was performing. I can't believe it. It ruined the vibes.
I'm going to bet most
You
of those
worked
fans.
super hard.
I'm going to bet most of those fans are like me and had no idea who she even was.
I didn't know who she was either. I had to ask my wife. I said, who is this? She said she sings a whole bunch of songs these days. So I said, fantastic. Well, out of touch. I love how that she did delete it shortly thereafter,
Well,
after receiving criticism. And I would say that's correct. And that's right and just criticism at that point.
I'm going to bet she didn't post that. Her team posted it, and then her team took it down.
It's true.
Everyone has their own little social media teams who do all that stuff.
It sounded an awful lot like maybe she posted, but who the hell knows? You're right. A lot of those are done by teams. Whatever. Team Camilla did not do a great job. That's for certain. By the way, Boston Celtics up early in the first quarter, 24-14, Grump.
Yeah, well, got to get off to a big start.
Alexander did send us a funny video. We will go ahead and show that here in a second. Let's go Celtics, says Drew L. Sincerely from a Knicks fan. The Heat fans are so annoying. My gosh. Grump's getting excited. What a film saying here. You're just young looking. You're just a young looking guy, TJ. That pays off in the future. Grump always looks good.
Thank you, Woody.
Oh, man. In 2 months until preseason football.
Aren't you ready for football?
I'd say.
I tell you what,
you got pumped.
I miss soccer already, and it just ended today, and I miss it.
James F saying, Grumpy, the Outsiders were on last night. Are you guys into Stranger Things? Start watching new season. I did. I started watching a new season of Stranger Things, James. That's a show I actually watch.
Jeez. Okay. I had seen season 1 before. I asked the warden if she wanted to watch it. She said yes, and we started watching it, and she's getting frustrated with the first season, 5 episodes in. So I don't know how long we're going to watch that, but I do hope to get through it myself.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Working man giving little soccer emblems. Joseph C saying here, I hate the Heat. All those years of them beating the Knicks in the last 90s or the late 90s and the early 2000s. Go Celtics. Should be a fun final either way. Although I'm tired of the Warriors being there.
Yeah, to me, Boston and Golden State is the best final to watch.
Drew L saying, and then these same Liverpool fans got pepper sprayed because a few bad apples. Yeah, that's right. The Liverpool fans. That's right. They were trying to exit the Real Madrid section. They got pepper sprayed. They were trying to leave the stadium. I was like, what? Talk about insult to injury after you travel all the way from Liverpool to watch your team lose to Real Madrid, then to get pepper sprayed.
I think that was before the game. That was before the game they were getting pepper sprayed. And it's like, just some of the things like, dude, why are you pepper spraying these people? And they're saying, I got tickets to get in.
That's right. That's right. Look at this freaking freeze frame here.
Yeah. Down.
Come through the turnstile with tickets, no aggression shown. Just getting sprayed with pepper spray.
Yeah. They showed people outside the fence. He just spraying them down. Yeah, I got tickets. Look here, I got tickets. It's like, screw you. They're like, shut up. Holy shit. What the hell? Look at that guy. What's he like? Look at him. Look, he's wearing a mask.
Look at them. Look at them. Makes me wish that PSG never freaking wins. Oh my God.
You don't need to worry about that. PSG is never winning.
Look at this shit.
They're a loser squad.
I wonder if those people are going to be held responsible for just pepper spraying civilians for doing
And
nothing.
look at this the midget cop is the one who sprays them down here.
You know what? I wish, Grumpy, that type of shit pisses me off.
He's wearing a mask because he's an absolute freaking pussy. Look at him. He's wearing a mask.
Right. Look at him is right. Look at him is right. Ugh.
Unless, of course, he was a Real Madrid fan dressed up as like a cop, just a pepper spray Liverpool fan.
It could have been he was dressed up in his SWAT uniform because there's a whole bunch. Okay, gotcha. So this, I mean, like it was just mass pandemonium the entire damn time, Grumpy. I'll tell you that much. My gosh.
Yes.
Thank you there for that reminder, Drew. I couldn't remember if it was before or after they were getting sprayed trying to come in. That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, and John M says here, yeah, I was about to say, I'm not even sure there were a few bad apples out of what I watched. They were just kind of, I got tickets, let me freaking in, and they were going, spray them. John M says here, Canada scores 2 goals with an empty net, 1 minute and 15 seconds. Barzal sets up both goals to force overtime in the World Championship. Finland won in overtime, though.
I really I'm unhappy that I did not watch that today. I should have. I had time. I didn't do it.
What a film saying here, soccer fans that used to destroy stadiums, grab those crazy clips. Yeah, well, you saw today, right? Oh, man, what French side team got relegated? And they got relegated from the French or the Liga 1 to Liga 2, and the freaking fans went on there, started throwing like flares and started beating up the players of the team. It was a home game. Started beating up the players of their team because they were upset they got relegated.
Well, it is pretty bad. If you're in the French league and you get relegated, your team really sucks. If Uncle Frank says it's bad, it must be really bad. If Uncle Frank says no, it must be really bad.
The craziness that have happened. Okay, here we go. This is, oh man, hold on a second. I've got to make sure. Nope, I can't show that because that will immediately get taken down.
Saint Etienne.
Let me remove that. Let me see here. I'm going to try to make sure, because if it's like a feed from the team or from the league, they've got these bots that immediately take things down. Yeah, I can't show it.
Don't even show it. All you do with just a snapshot of that picture was enough.
I was about to say that's probably already too much.
Oh, okay.
Who the heck knows? But yes, craziness happening across football today, Grumpy. That's for certain. Let's get to a few more comments. However, Barzal coming out and hopefully making friends and support to play with on the island. Perhaps, hopefully.
Well, I'll tell you what, that he's going to be, because I believe he will resign now. And I think that he's the best bargaining tool for free agents. Say, hey, yes, we're turning things around here. I mean, if he comes out and has an 80-point, 90-point season next year, then people saying, hey, the Islanders want to play some offensive hockey, then maybe they have the advantage of getting some of those free agents.
Getting back to comments here, but did you see Jason Spezza retired?
Yeah. Think about it, how long he was playing.
Well, 17, 18 years?
Yeah. He was
at least in the front office as a special assistant as well.
Good for him.
I'm sorry, 19 years in the league. My gosh, that's nuts.
And he was the second pick in the draft. That was a pick that we traded to get, was it Yashin? I think it was Yashin.
Don't even remember.
Yeah. Well, it was Chara and who else? Somebody else. Bill McCult, maybe.
I couldn't remember, Grumpy.
It was a long time. But he had, I don't think he ever won anything.
He's a Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer, though.
Okay. He never won anything.
You don't think Jason Spezza a Hall of Famer?
I don't know. I just said he never won anything. That's all I said.
The way you said it, though, was like, well, you never won anything. Like, that's the barometer that forces you or gets you into the freaking Hall of Fame.
I think that sets you apart, though. It's not the Hall of Very Good. It's the Hall of Fame.
not saying he was the whole of very good. You look at his career point, 995 career points.
In 19 years, 50 points a year. That's the Hall of Fame for you now? Okay. Didn't even have 1,000 points. He played almost 20 years in the league. That's a lot. That's a lot of games.
Mm.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he wasn't a good player. He is. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. I think he had to win something to be in the Hall of Fame.
I think he's one of those guys that gets in.
Okay.
Maybe not first ballot, but I think he's one of those guys that gets in.
Okay. I'll probably be dead before he gets in. Or maybe the sport will end before he gets
God
in.
almighty. And with him said, nice start for the Celtics Grand Prix. Remember the old parakeet floors for in the Boston
Parquet floor.
parquet floors.
And they used to screw the floor down. And there were dead spots when you were dribbling, and the Celtics knew where the dead spots were. And it was a real home court advantage back then for certain.
Mm-hmm. Surely it's Tony Chi says, I don't know what's going on with TJ's hair, but I'm not okay with it.
I don't know. I think TJ looks better than usual today.
And you got to pay for the NFL Sunday ticket to watch the Dolphins from Texas.
I do that. I also do that, Alexander. Not to watch the Dolphins, but to watch good teams.
And Drew L says this video is sponsored by Keeps. It's one of those like Bosley or Rogaine. It's the same thing.
Ooh, wow.
Eduardo Escobar is so bad.
I disagree.
He's played well this year.
I like him. He must
have done something bad recently.
Yeah, but he's a glue guy. I mean, I like him. I think good teams need players like that. I think I love what the Mets did in the offseason. I've been on record for that.
Drew L says, is it just me, or has Jaylen Brown played better in this series than Jason Tatum? Tatum, to me, looks like he's scared at the moment.
Which is bringing up what I talked about earlier. I don't know if he has that clutch gene. There are games when he's fantastic, yes, but in crunch time, and he had moments like that. But I don't know. I mean, Jaylen Brown, I think, is a more forceful personality. Marcus Smart is the most forceful personality on that team, but he's not really talented. He thinks he should be taking the last shot. There's no way he should be taking the last shot. It should always be Tatum. But, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
Alexander says, so Patrick Kane has officially requested a trade. Would you pull the trigger for him for the Islanders? He'd have to be really cheap.
Yeah, I think he's going to want to go to a playoff team. I could see a team like, not Florida. Geez, couldn't you imagine the Rangers going for him, honestly? I mean, think about that.
And maybe, what do you think? A guy like
you'd have to send Kakko or Lafreniere back, one of the two of them, not both. I mean, he automatically makes them better. He still can play, but he's up there.
I say, what is he, 34, 35 years old, Patrick Kane?
I was going to say 32, but maybe he's a little older than that. I mean, I'm not quite sure, but I mean, he's still playing at a really, really high level.
33 years old. He'll be 34 at the start of next year.
Okay.
And what a film saying, you guys have to watch the 30 for 30 episode called The Two Escobars. That's a soccer story, I tell you.
The only thing that stopped me from watching that is that it's all subtitles. So, and I'm not saying I've never watched things that are subtitled before, but it takes away. I like to see the looks on people's faces when I'm listening to them. And if I got to read, I kind of miss that. Alexander
said, yep, it was Alexi Ashton. And surely Tony Cheese says, I can't take a Babyface seriously over here. That's right. Josh M saying, yeah, TJ Spetz is not a Hall of Famer. No. I think he's one of those guys. Because he does a lot of. It's like some guys find a way to sneak their way into the Hall of Fame, even though the numbers aren't great, because they're a good person and because they're very well liked. He's had good numbers. He's as good as others. No.
Yeah, like I said, it's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of very good.
Okay.
Well, not the Hall of good.
Policy said, do you know that Liverpool haven't beaten Real Madrid since March 10th of 2009? That's a stretch of the last. That's a stretch of the last 7 times they've matched up.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something else. In the last 11 finals that they've had, either Europa League or Champions League, the Spanish League is 10-1 in those finals. I mean, I'll tell you what. For everyone saying that the English league is the best, I'm sorry. In the big
Dude,
games,
you're so full of it. You're so
in the
freaking
big
full of it.
games,
One
in
fucking
the
trophy, and here
big
you are again. You're
games.
so fucking full of it, Grumpy. You do this shit all the time.
I'm sorry. Who's the champion?
How
Who's the
many
champion?
freaking Champions League in
Who's
a
the
row
champion?
Premier League won?
Who's the champion? Who is it?
How many years in a row have the English Premier League won the championship besides this year?
2.
Okay. And how many? Let's play this. How many teams that were part of the English Premier League made it to the semifinals last year? Oh, wait a second. Every fucking team. Thank you very much.
What?
Every team last year that made it to the Final Four of the Champions League were all from the EPL. The EPL by far is the most
no. You're wrong.
Top to bottom.
You're wrong. Absolutely, you're wrong.
Tottenham, go ahead.
You're absolutely wrong. You can look it up. I'm just going to tell you, since in the last 8 years, Real Madrid has won 5. Count them, 5 European Champions League titles.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo's won 4. That's correct. Cristiano's won the 4.
Well, they won one without him this year.
Okay.
So, and they made it to the semifinals twice. One year they got knocked out. Matter of fact, last year, Chelsea beat Real in the semifinals last year. And deservedly so. They did. So Real was in the semis last year, losing to Chelsea.
Give me a sec here. Let me pull up this.
Man City 2 years ago beat Paris Saint-Germain. There's only 4 teams from the English league make it, and Manchester United stinks.
Okay, no. You can have 5 teams from the EPL make it. Not correct, Grump.
No, okay. I think it's top 4.
You can have 5 teams make it. There's 1 team that has the play in. 4 teams are guaranteed. You have the chance with the 5th with the play in.
Okay.
Oh man, could someone pull this? Let me try to pull that up here.
Yeah.
I keep getting what obviously is just
long story short, Liverpool's not good enough to beat Real Madrid. They were talking mad shit. I think I even talked about it on Thursday night show. I said, I'm always leery when teams start talking shit before the game, particularly against a team like Real Madrid, who are just, they're habitual winners. You want to put bulletin board material? Oh, we remember 2018. I remember it too. You got your ass kicked by Real Madrid. I remember that. Oh, we have business. Mo Salah. Yeah, we have unfinished business. Well, guess what? I guess you still got unfinished business. You looked at them yesterday. They thought there was going to be a walk in the park for them. Real, too tough. Just too tough. Too good. Champions.
I was wrong. Last year, 2 of the semifinal teams were both EPL, and that was Chelsea and Man City. And then, even in 2019, right? You've got, how many times in a row do we need to see these, 2 EPL teams facing off?
It's because they got the TV money from NBC.
Okay, hold
That's
on.
the only reason.
Hold on. What doesn't matter when they have the money?
Okay, but here's the thing. Don't make it sound like that's the way it's been historically. It's just the last couple of years. And here's the thing.
2019
they played Real Madrid, they lost.
When Tottenham was playing Liverpool.
Yeah, that was a cakewalk too. Tottenham played Ajax in that one.
Okay, and Ajax beat freaking Juventus. So what's your point?
Oh, Ajax beat Real Madrid.
Ajax beat Juventus too.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
but here's the thing.
They played Ajax. Ajax won.
Long story short, they've won 2 championships. Since when? I don't know. Just 2. Real Madrid, 14. 16, 17, 18, and 22 or 21. That's 5 in the space of 8 or 9 years. 14 all times.
Okay. Here's the thing. Top to bottom, the EPL is the toughest league, and they've got the best team and the best talent. Not even close.
They don't have the best team.
Yes, they do.
It was just proved yesterday they do not have the best team. Real beat all of them. Every single one of them. Manchester City. Down you go. Going to bitch slap you down. French champion. PSG. Down you go.
It's not very good.
Chelsea, defending champion. Down you go. Manchester City, all-time great. Winner of the EPL division. Down you go. Liverpool. Oh, the great Liverpool. Down you go. Shut out. Shut out.
Yeah, you guys are
playing how great Liverpool
is.
Playing
anti-football. Yeah, that's right. Real Madrid was playing anti-football. I remember that. Yeah, anti-football. Yeah, I do remember.
Woo-hoo! Give me that trophy, baby.
John M saying, yeah, Ontario and Canadian media love Spezza, so he probably gets in. I think that has something to do with it, but it shouldn't, but it will. Let's see here. Got um remember, the Heat are paying Kyle Lowry $30 million a year for him just to be average, for him just to average 13 points per game. Shaking my head. What a bad contract.
It's like Anders Lee for the Islanders.
John M saying, when I was with the Stars, Spezza was on the team. Every time I had family visit from Ottawa, they would want the tail pics of Spezza in his stall in his dressing room. Lettinen, yeah, oh, that's right, Lettinen, as the goalie at that time would say.
Michael Leighton, yeah.
Must be from Ontario. Say must be from Ontario. Sunday Sand, look at that, Grumpy. Sunday Sand. You guys inspired the new profile picture. I love it.
Sand, you gotta love that name.
And do the Canes win tomorrow, Grump?
I think they do.
Okay.
Here's the thing, I know I'm rooting for them. TJ might not be, but I know I am.
I'm rooting for the Hurricanes over the Rangers. I'm just saying I'd probably maybe Tampa or the Rangers. I don't know. It's a toss-up. And Tatum looks like Julius Randle out there shaking my head. He was actually hooping. The Celtics would be up by 20 right now. Sal P, look at him, Grump. Look at that. Look at the Giga Chad himself. He's got the beard. He's got only needs a trident to be just like King Neptune, and I'll be right on there. He's wearing his Grumpy's Groupies merchandise. You can find it in the link in the description below. He says, "Hey fellas, what's going on this evening? I don't know. I didn't know you guys were into soccer. Absolutely huge soccer fans." And he said, "I'm a huge AC Milan fan." Well, they're happy they just won the Europa League, the Europa Conference. They split up the Europa League into two different ones. I'm still kind of learning it, but he said they finally ended the 11-year drought by winning the Italian league again. Yep, that as well. They used to be dominant back in the day. I'm hoping this is the start of their return to the storied past. Hoping they make some key signings over the summer and they start making some waves in the Champions League next year. You're muted.
Calm down, TJ. Calm
down. You're blowing your nose, Grumpy. It's very distracting. It's very distracting seeing you. Dude, you do that violent nose blow, man.
Okay, here's the thing. The picture was up over the full screen. Nobody saw except for you.
That's correct. I'm the only person who sees it, though.
Don't worry about it. AC Milan was a legendary team back in the day. As a matter of fact, Carlo Ancelotti, the first two Champions League trophies that he won as a coach was when he coached AC Milan. He also won when he played for AC Milan as a player. So just bring in a full circle. The Italian league has been down the last few years, honestly. I know they've had issues going on. I think Zlatan plays for AC Milan. I know he had a knee injury. But, it's nice to see them back on top, honestly. I enjoy watching the Italian league. But,
AC Milan didn't win. I was confused. I thought Roma. My mistake. Roma won the Europa League, not AC Milan.
No, but AC Milan won
the title.
The Scudetto. Yeah.
Won Serie A. Yeah. We got here. Joseph C said, speaking of guys who belong in the Hockey Hall of Fame, how is Alexander Mogilny not in the Hall of Fame?
I don't understand. I mean, he scored in bunches. I think he still has the rookie goal scoring record. Either him or Solani, 76 goals in a year, something like that. Maybe Solani beat him out for that. I don't remember. But here's the thing. He was something else, Mogilny. I mean, like I said, if a guy like Spetz is in or could get in, Mogilny has to be in, and probably like Mogilny's kids too.
Mogilny played 990 games, had 1,032 points.
Okay. How many years did he play?
I don't know, Grumpy. He looks like about 15, 16 years.
Okay. So we're going to say that Spetz has played more games and has less points.
I think he's got the like factor. I think that matters. As silly as it sounds, that matters.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting in.
Okay, fair enough. Wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit. We've got a lot of fan fights, a lot of fisticuffs were thrown here as of recent. Some, some more violent than others, but we're going to be getting that here in a moment. I want to show you a little snippet here, and I want to ask your opinion. Now, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl have had, very, very explosive postseason. Want to ask you, and this might be too hard for you to see. They are they're tracking here based off of how many games played, what the point production have been for McDavid and Draisaitl to say, could they possibly record, if they make it to the finals, could they record the most ever points in a single NHL playoff?
Just those two guys?
Could they perform, or could it doesn't one or the other? I mean, they're both right now tied in points. So, I mean, I don't think you're ever going to have the same point per game production. As Gretzky in 1984-85 had 47 points in 18 games, right? I don't think that's going to be beaten, like the point production per game. But right now you've got Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Let me go ahead and move that. They've got 26 points apiece in 12 games.
Okay.
If, let's say, they play another 13 games.
So let's say realistically they probably got 4 games left, right? So let's
see.
Right?
I'm playing this experiment considering maybe they can beat Colorado. They're the entire offense for Edmonton, right? And so is Evander Kane. I mean, they pretty much everything runs through them. I'm just saying let's say hypothetically they're able to make a run to the finals and they're able to, maybe, it doesn't matter win, lose, or draw. Do you think either one of them could put up more than 47 points? If they have hypothetically another 12 or 13 games remaining that they're going to play?
I'm going to say probably not, because you're going to be, if you play against Tampa, you're not going to score a whole lot of goals. Got a whole lot of points. Just not going to happen. So I think they lose to Colorado.
Is it safe to assume that they're going to have premium opportunities to score quite a few points again against Colorado? Colorado's defense and Colorado's going to net minor, two of the weaker parts of their game. So I thought it was a little fun, interesting experiment to think about.
Now that right, I don't think so. But that being said, McDavid's been phenomenal in this playoff series.
Spectacular.
And I wouldn't be surprised that even if Edmonton gets knocked off, the Canadian press is going to say he should win Conn Smythe, even if they get knocked off in the semifinals.
I could see them making a push for it. But I wouldn't mind rooting for Edmonton. I wouldn't mind rooting for something like that to happen. Why not?
Yeah, it's good for the sport. I'm just saying, if you're looking at the final 14, and we can't say the Rangers or Carolina, but let's see the 3 teams that are in. Who's the MVP for each team so far in the playoffs? McDavid for Edmonton,
McKinnon for Colorado,
and Vasilevsky for Tampa.
That's correct.
So those are your favorites for Conn Smythe, regardless, in my opinion.
Yes.
It'll be one of those 3, because I don't think even Carolina or the Rangers, I don't think they're making it. But we could play that game on Thursday night and say who would be the favorite from the other team that makes it in.
Fair enough, Grumpy. Fair enough. Let me go ahead and put this back to the way it should be. I found that kind of interesting, right? 26 points. He puts up another 21 points in the playoffs. If they make it to the finals, right, he could surpass Gretzky's. It won't be as impressive. The game has changed quite a bit, but it just makes me think that there may be a time where that record for Gretzky for most points in a playoffs could be threatened at one point, just because of the way the league has moved to where it's a more goal happy and goal oriented league.
See, I disagree with you. I think that it would be a bigger accomplishment doing it in today's NHL.
Really?
Yes, with the butterfly goaltenders and the bigger goalie pads. Absolutely, it's tougher to score now than it used to be.
I feel like defense. Oh, yeah.
But now, of course, it's off balance where you were able to interfere with players back in the olden days.
And in playoff hockey, though, you're still pretty much able to interfere as much as you'd like, or more liberties than you have in the regular season. So yeah, it's one of those things that I kind of think to myself, one day I think that record could be infringed upon.
Maybe. Records are made to be broken.
remember we had last podcast we had errors around the MLB, and it was that miserable error for the Philadelphia Phillies across the board. Well, you'll be shocked to see again Philly has made another appearance on this little segment here for errors around the league. Grumpy. So let you watch it here.
Hoskins looks, goes to second. Coming home. Throw off.
And I want to ask you, right? Which error is more egregious?
Well,
is
first
it
of all,
the shortstop not being on the bag or the throw by the shortstop?
okay. The first baseman, again, this is why you want a left-handed first baseman, by the way. Lefty doesn't have to turn his body to make that throw. That's why you see most first basemen are left-handed. Okay? Watch here. He's got to turn his whole body to make that throw. And that's difficult. Whereas, you're lefty, you're just coming up and throwing. Now, here's the thing. Man, he's on the base. There's no way that they should call him safe on that. No way. He should be called out. And at home, he would have had to tag him. So, I mean, I'm telling you what, I've seen guys get, and that was a bad throw to home too. Nice play by the catcher.
Well, he didn't catch it, but at least he stopped it somewhat.
Yeah.
I was wanting to know which error did you think was worse?
Actually,
so you think he had his foot on the bag?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's close.
Like I said, if it's that close, he's out.
Oh,
He had to double pump. Also, both the first baseman and the shortstop both double pumped. See what I mean? That's what it is.
What the hell was the shortstop doing there, double pumping his right?
And it's like, I don't know. Maybe the pitcher was in the way. I don't know.
No, he wasn't in the way. He was
he wasn't in the way. I don't know. Oh, maybe he's looking at that stupid umpire.
It makes it look even worse when I'm watching the shortstops throw. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, the first throw was not perfect, right?
No,
I mean,
they should have gotten me out, though. Oh.
Yeah, to me, he's out.
I'll be honest with you, it wasn't great base running by the Mets either, because they should have really been doubled up.
Yeah. I mean, just
man at second, man going to second should have been out, and that should have been an out at home. Oh my gosh. Okay, never mind. So I wanted to show you that a little errors around the league.
Man, the Phillies, Phillies.
The freaking Phillies. The Phillies again. So the inaugural errors around the league and also the most recent one as well. Gotta love it. So there were some fan fights, and we're going to show those, but we've got Ice Wars, Grumpy. I'm sure as you're excited to see. Ice Wars is hey, it's where you've got a whole bunch of you know what? I'll let the video clip do the explanation for me. It's you'll see here by River Cree Resort and Casino. They're the huge donor and they're the huge sponsor for these events. And it's just two individuals duking it out. I love how they have two officials as well. One official wasn't enough for these fights. Just two men, mano-a-mano. But you need two officials, Grumpy.
Can I just say one thing before you roll this? It seems like there's no, weight categories. Because the last fight, we had that big, tall guy who wound up getting beat by the little short guy. I forget their names.
I was about to say, the little guy has 5'8" pound and pummeling the guy who's 6'2".
And then you're looking at this. Again, one guy is much bigger, particularly in the midsection, opposed to the other guy. And also tall-wise. It looks like he's got about 4 inches on him and 25 pounds.
Daniel Amsbury from Maple Ridge, British Columbia, Canada. And Justin Sawyer there from Toronto, Ontario.
Yeah. Roll it.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Holy shit.
He is taking the punishment.
They're eating it. Oh, my God.
Little guy with the uppercuts. He's the straight man. He switched his hands. He was throwing rights, and then he made him eat some lefts.
Oh, my God.
The big guy looks like he's past his prime. Honestly, he's just there to take shots.
I've got to watch this in slow motion, man. There's so many good. This is one of those to where the big guy, right? He just ate those punches. He just ate fists to the face. My God. Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5. See, but he's got the reach on him. The other guy's got the reach on him. But he's bloodied. He's breathing out of his mouth. He's in trouble.
Oh my God.
He's like, I'm just trying to hold on now.
He's like, my God, I'm not ready to fight these young guys like I used to be able to.
Yeah. And you know what he says? I have to do something. My wife.
Oh my Jesus!
God.
We gotta watch that one again. Sorry. Oh, let me put that on even slow motion
Here's
here.
the thing. His helmet is flopping all over the place. His wife told him, "Don't be doing anything stupid." He goes out there and gets beat up by a little short guy.
Well, here's the thing, right? News has traveled that Ice Wars is the latest and greatest sport on ice. And
Love it.
look at these two individuals, very, very, very attractive. These are the ladies right over here, Grumpy. They're already into it. They're digging, any lady can get behind a man who fights in Ice Wars. That's for certain. You
Yes,
see here,
without a
front
doubt.
row, Grumpy.
Yeah. It's my type of sport. Oh,
Holy
it's a uppercut. I mean,
dude, he about pops his freaking helmet off. Holy shit.
but I like how he's throwing rights and then he starts throwing lefts later. He can throw punches with both. Oh, he can throw punches with both hands.
Oh,
and watch this here. Then he changes and says, "That's fine. You get sick and tired of eating my right, eat my left."
oh.
And then he switches, he grabs again, and then goes with the left. Boom!
Oh my God, he ate that.
Like,
the big guy's
holy
just like,
crap.
I need to get to a breaking point. Holy shit.
That guy
Oh
didn't
my
see a
God.
punch he did not want to take in the face.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Daniel Hamsbury.
And then he tried to muscle him.
Justice Sawyer's over here throwing a beat down.
He was trying to do like over the top rope thing and hopefully get a double count out on the concrete floor, but it didn't work. I'm sure the decision went to Mr. Red Shirt.
Oh my goodness gracious. Hold on. I want to get to these comments here so we can get to it. Wow, McDavid and Draisaitl. Yeah, absolutely. Geez, that video I sent you, well, you'll get a kick out. Oh, yeah, we're going to show that here in a second. John M. is saying the only team that could give Tampa a series is Colorado. If Edmonton and Tampa play, it's Tampa in 4.
True.
Joseph C. said, I would have guessed that the Phillies would be, a bad defensive team with Hotskins, Schwarber, Castellanos, and Baum playing every day.
Yeah, they're not. They're not known for their defensive prowess. I will say that.
And he was off the base, Grumpy.
Yeah, but
they
it's,
caught it off the base.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sorry. To me, it was close enough.
Drew L said, yeah, the Philly sequence is just an average day in a Pittsburgh Pirated baseball. Yeah, I was about to say Pittsburgh Pirate baseball, it for certain would be.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Joseph C. said here, the Mets, as good as they have, or as good as they've been, haven't swept a team yet. Hope that changes tonight.
It doesn't matter if you're winning 2 out of 3. You're playing almost 670 baseball. You're going to win an awful lot of games.
Yeah, Alexander said he went ham on him for certain. And ouch. I hope that big guy is at least getting paid. Damn, that's got to hurt. I was about to say, I hope they're getting paid enough. Oof.
No, here's what he gets paid. He's got to listen to his wife's mouth at the end of the night.
He gets $100 worth of free tokens at River Cree Casino, Resort and Casino.
That's it. Or he gets a case of turtle wax. That's used on the old game shows. Hey, for participating, you get a case of turtle wax. You can wax your car and make it look shiny and new.
Oh God Almighty, turtle wax. Give me 1 second here.
You win a year's supply of rice-a-roni. Hey,
something that the use isn't very valuable. So Alexander sent me this, Grumpy. I'll just let you watch it. I don't have much to say about it.
You gotta make it louder. Oh,
there's nothing that needs to be loud on, Grump. I couldn't explain what the heck was going on there. I really can't.
What? Who the hell is getting banged from
That's Switzerland. I don't think that's a stretch, right? I don't think it's like, hey, I need you to help me, jiggle my body forward like that to help me warm up my hamstrings. Hey, my hamstrings are really tight. Can you help add a little bit of resistance on there? I don't know. I couldn't even explain.
Okay. Is that a fireable offense?
I don't know. It's just kind of like nobody's even batting an eye at this either.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is this something
they do that every single game? These two Switz players do it.
I don't know. I don't just know. Is that a fireable offense in today's day and age?
Today's environment. If it was somewhere,
what if he comes out and says he assaulted me? He assaulted me on television, and everybody's seen it, and everyone should be fired because no one did anything about it. How about you for bending over and taking it from behind? I don't know.
Oh no!
It's
odd. I haven't seen anything like that in a while on sports.
I will say, absolutely caught off guard by that. I was not expecting to see that. Absolutely not.
Neither was I when
holy
I
shit.
originally pulled it up. I just couldn't help but laugh. Jeremy Ford said, "The barbers are off strike. Looking sharp, fellas. Happy Sunday evening." Thank you there, Jeremy. Yes, the barbers were off strike. Absolutely. And what a film saying here. Yeah, remember Sea Monkeys, Grumpy? They
Yeah.
were real. You can order them.
You can still order them? Okay, I didn't think so. Mine were always dead.
Alexander says here, it's
They
crazy
didn't live
because
very
their
long.
teammates aren't saying anything either. Yeah, I was about to say it's odd. It's odd.
Yeah, that was, I mean, I got to say, I was really caught off guard by that. I'm like, wow. It's like one time I was driving down and I was, Sunrise Highway out in Long Island. I was at a traffic light. This is before it's like a super highway now. They used to have traffic lights everyone. I'm sitting there watching, and somebody hit a dog, and it was early, like 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning. And I felt bad for the dog, but you see, he was all stiff after getting hit by the car, and he just slid on the ground in front of me. And I was like really, really tired. I'm like, oh shit, look at that dog. And then the light changed. They kept on driving, but it was just like weird. You're not expecting to see something like that.
My gosh.
Dead dog getting banged from behind in a hockey line. I don't know. That was crazy.
Jeremy Ford said, "How did Kiefer Bellows look in the World Championships? I haven't seen any of the games. I've seen highlights. He's looked good in the highlights, but they're always highlights."
Yeah, well, I mean, he's put up points. That's what he does. Give him a shot. He's going to put points up. I'm excited for next year for him.
That's hilarious. That will follow him for the rest of his life. Yeah,
Absolutely.
The announcers made it funnier. Oh God, I can only imagine. Want to show you this. So Grumpy, occasionally there are always errors, right? We showed the error on the field. There was another baseball error that happened off the field. So sometimes point of sale systems go down for sports organizations at their arenas and stadiums and everything like that. And when that happens, right, the food doesn't have a long expiration date. They usually they could do one or two things. They could just let the food perish because the food doesn't last more than the day, or they could go ahead and give it away for free.
Yeah, donate it.
So all the systems went down recently at the Angels Stadium. So all the concessions tonight were free. It was a sold-out game for Shohei Ohtani bobblehead night as well. I can imagine how much money they're losing right now.
Well, you know what? They might be losing a little bit of money, but they're cleaning up regardless.
Yeah, exactly. And again, so like I'm trying to remember. People are just posting little chip like, oh man, there's something about that where that just when you know it's free, it just looks so much. Oh man, that looks good, Grumpy.
Looks like what is that? What is that? Waffle fries with
Parmesan waffle fries, Grumpy.
Looks like waffle fries with mold on them.
No, Parmesan on them, Grumpy. Parmesan.
What's the green stuff? What's the green stuff?
It's oregano.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, is right, Grumpy. So that happened. I figured I'd go ahead and show it real quick. Now we have got another. This is not necessarily a fan fight, but this is another one, right? We'd gone from Ice War, ex NHLers or ex. Well, I'm sure there's no ex NHLers, but ex hockey players, ex professionals duking it out. This is a little different, Grumpy. Now here we've got a little confrontation that occurs in the airport, and we'll preface this by saying the former player Brendan Langley was arrested, and the United worker here is fired from Newark Airport.
What the hell?
Yes, we unfortunately just get the tail end and the slip of this, but here we go, Grumpy. I'll put this louder too because you actually need to hear what goes on. So hold on, let's start with that one first. This guy, I don't know. We're seeing a short snippet. It looks here like, why the hell is the United worker slapping an ex-NFL? That's not good. But I'll go ahead and Grumpy. I'll let him watch it. Oh my God. He's immediately bleeding.
And now the next time that we saw the worker is when he showed up out in Cleveland in Vegas claim. Oh, geez, he's leaking.
He wants more. He wants more.
Is that a cop? Who's it?
No, it's a worker.
I'm not First in the airport and he assaulted me. I don't care what you're talking
Bro,
about.
I don't care, bro. You assaulted him too.
I was-
I'm just gonna say he
looked like
slapped
a
you.
little bit of a double
You punched the
assault
living
act
shit
there.
out of him.
Was that?
I mean, he slapped you. You punched the living shit out of him and made him bleed.
Here's the thing.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know
before
what
then.
the hell this little guy was coming up there doing. I don't know why he put his hands on somebody. Come on. You're a worker. You know what honestly it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Thanksgiving Day Dallas Cowboys when you had the concession workers who came over there and started beating the hell out of out of Dallas Cowboy fans because something had happened. I don't know why the workers over here outside of their zone and they're trying to mix it up, but I'm like, come on, buddy. Ugh.
I just
Look at this shit. Look at the smile he's got on his face afterwards. Come on, let's go.
and
Look at
he's
his
got his
helmet.
hands down. I'm like,
I don't know
get
what he
your
was
hands up.
expecting.
Get your hands up, and he takes it.
Oh my
Takes a straight
god!
right, and then he gets
Oh!
the follow up.
Dude,
The
the second one,
first one was
too.
the one that wobbled the hell out of, and I go tumbling over the damn. Like I said, hello.
On the ground, he's
Little
already
blood.
leaking.
And he's
Oh
leaking.
my
The
god!
first-
You can see that.
The first punch is the one that cut him open. First one.
Jesus, my god! They put him right to sleep. Oh, oof, man, he's got a concussion. I mean, like, oof.
He's getting up though. He wasn't even down for a 10 count.
Look at how when he stands up. Look at how this goes. He's
Whoa!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let's go. I don't understand. Like I said,
Man, he's like, that's nothing, brother. I've got it.
the other guy
God
said,
almighty.
"Hey, why don't you stop, buddy?" Now here's the thing: the other guy's feeling his oats, though. He's like, "Yeah, I can kick his ass."
Yeah,
Now he's
exactly. He's like, I
shit.
hope this guy. I
Yeah.
hope this guy tries to slap me again so I can unload on him one more time. I can't play in the NFL anymore. I've flunked out of there. I need to freaking release this violence.
Now,
Bam!
the whole thing is we don't know what happened ahead of time,
Exactly.
so I can't.
United worker should not be putting his hands on somebody, though.
Right. I don't know. I'm just going to say he didn't. Maybe he didn't like the way this guy looked. I'm saying that's probably not the case. So something might have happened, but it's like, okay, the worker snapped. I want to know what the other guy did because I got to say, it's not like this guy's a postman where they go postal on you. So, I mean, something else had to happen to provoke this. It's not even like there's a big long line. I don't know.
I was supposed to say, it doesn't look like there's a line is right.
I would like to know what actually happened.
Oh, man. Well, it's tough. You can't tell really anything about it. So it's, Jesus Christ, Grumpy.
I mean, I feel bad for the guy. He lost his job for getting knocked out.
Why did he slap him?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I mean, it could have very easily been avoided. Hold on, here's the complete video. Let me see.
Oh,
Here.
good. I am
Hold
interested.
on,
to
let
see
me make
what
sure
part
it's
of
the
this,
complete video first.
because it just doesn't make any
Oh,
sense.
hold on. No freaking way. Holy shit. Okay. Oh
Okay,
my god.
You're not showing anything. You're just
Hold on. I know. I had to see it first. This has to be seen to be believed. Okay, here's the whole video. Give me a second. Okay. So it is much more than what we just saw, that little snippet. Here we go, Grumpy. Here is the full video. I almost thought it wasn't. I had to watch the whole thing. I'm like, it has to be something different. Let me actually watch this on YouTube. Let me stop sharing that. I'm going to move this to YouTube, Grump.
okay. Like I said, I don't. Now
Okay,
that we
you're going to have to give me a Grumpy. Give me a
just
second.
talking. I'm just talking to you. Did they show how it started?
I don't know how. I mean, this is a minute and 1 second long. It shows us that it wasn't just as simple as one slap and then punches. So this is what happened. I think there's even more back and forth that happened that wasn't caught on it. He gets slapped, it looked like first, and he says, "What's going on?"
So this
He's
guy's
throwing punches.
Yeah. See, I'm sorry now.
Knocks him down. He hits him.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
punches
He's
him
hit this
again.
guy how many times to start? So whoever the tall
And that's
black
okay.
guy,
So that's where I got. So we tuned in here. So it wasn't just as simple as that.
he hit the other guy 3 or 4 times to start. So I don't know what happened to start this whole thing, but I'm gonna. Here's the thing: the guy who got knocked out is in all his rights. He's not doing anything. I mean, this guy just throwing punches. How many
I
punches
was
did
about
he
to
throw
say
out?
this is assault. Come on, my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, you can say, "Oh, look, he assaulted me, dude. You hit him 5 times first." I feel bad that he lost his job. Oh, look, see, boom, that's it. And he jumped on him like, "Get the hell off of him, jackass!"
Oh man, that makes it a little sadder. I just thought it was a guy. Well, and who knows what happened before that? Before what we got here as well. My God.
Yeah.
So there's the full clip. I'm sure he will be. He'll be seeing.
TJ was in that video. He was going, no, 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 stop, stop, stop. That's TJ. You know.
Okay. It looks like. My God. Yeah, he's blocking punches with his faces. My God. Oof. I tell you. Alexander says, yeah, that's called true waffle fries. For certain it is. For certain it is. Jeremy Ford says, pick for the Rangers Hurricane game. Sorry if you talked about it earlier. I'm just turning on now. Fashionably late in TJ style. I like it. I like it. I'm going. If Grumpy's picking the Hurricanes, I want the Hurricanes to win, but I'll pick the Rangers.
Look at him. He know he wanted to pick the Rangers. He's the guy who asked the question, who would you be rooting for, the Rangers or Tampa in the Eastern Conference Finals?
The Angels versus the Jays game was amazing. 12-11 for the Jays with many lead changes. That's always fun in baseball, too. Just back and forth, back and forth.
They had a college, Pac-12 college baseball game last night that I think UCLA beat Oregon, I think 25-23 in 10 innings. I mean, it was incredible.
Then we got here, Drew L says, I'm going to be in bed physically sick if Miami wins. Come on, Tatum. Stop being a scared man. Uh-oh.
Like I said, some guys have that gene and some don't.
Okay. Oh, man. Jeremy Ford said, are you serious? This actually happens, TJ. Why didn't people just step in to stop it? It's just not right.
Yeah, I wish I would have I wish we would have seen what led it to that.
Yes.
Something tells me the football player was starting shit or didn't want to do something. Because I mean, I don't understand. First of all, why is I don't know. I can't speak to it.
I wish they would release the freaking airport video, the airport cam. That's what we really need. We need to see the camera from the airport because I'm telling you, they've got everything from start to finish. Did somebody lay a hand on somebody first? Even then, we saw them slapping each other back. We saw Mr. Football slapping him a little bit, missing on his punches, and the guy was feeling himself. He's like, oh yeah, I'm dodging these punches. That last one didn't dodge so well.
I don't know. Every time he got even touched, he was on wobbly leg street.
Jeremy Ford says here, they might need to change their sales pitch to for the airline to United we stand, divided we fall.
Oh, very good, Jeremy.
And with a film saying he won't need a job after the lawsuit. I don't know. The guy didn't seem like somebody who had massive amounts. I don't think he stuck around in the league a long time. Let me do a little search on him.
Yeah, I don't know, but he hit that guy how many times?
Quite a few.
I mean, he got one little slap in, and that's after he got hit 5 or 6 times, and then he got knocked out cold. Well, certainly he was on Queer Street, and, by the time he gets up and stumbling and bumbling all over the place, and he was going back in there, it's like, forget about it.
Okay. Brandon Langley used to play wide. He's a wideout.
Oh, big wideout. He looked like
a wide receiver. He's third round pick for the Denver Broncos.
Put on some pounds. He didn't look thin.
Oh man. Oh, he plays for the Calgary Stampede. They placed him under an indefinite suspension. How long do you think he'll have to wait that one out for?
He won't play at all.
You don't think he'll ever come back and play?
Nope. You don't think they tolerate that shit up in Canada, do you?
Oh, he's a corner, not a wide receiver.
A corner?
Okay, well, hold on. He's listed as a wide receiver, but here in the article I'm looking at from Sports Illustrated has him listed as ex-Broncos corner, Brandon Langley. What the hell?
All the skill positions come from the United States, guys who can't make the NFL. So they'll just pick some other cornerback / wide receiver to play in the Canadian League. They're not going to tolerate that crap.
Guilty of workplace abuse. He's been found guilty. Okay. Guilty of workplace abuse. Okay, fair enough. But moving right along here, I'm just going to call it Jason Tatum, Julius Randle Jr. If he continues to play this bad, Celtics should beat by 15 right now as a minimum. And all I know is that this game that I know who'd fare up in a boxing match best. In this game, who'd fare up? It must not be Jason Tatum.
No.
That's all I got to say.
No.
So I figured you'd catch that one amusing. grumpy old man. And
I don't like to see anybody get really hurt in these fights.
he at least was able to stand up and he was fine. Things got de-escalated. So
Couldn't remember his name, though.
Was that?
Couldn't remember his name or anything.
How do you know that?
Just by the way he's wobbling around.
He was definitely concussed. I'm happy after he got concussed, he didn't get hit again.
Yeah.
So, and I apologize for the very, very poor image quality of this, but going around the league, Tony Pham got into an altercation with Jock Peterson. Both of them are
Tommy
teammates.
Pham. Tommy, not Tony.
What, Grumpy?
Tommy Pham, not Tony.
Sorry, Tommy Pham. I know he's the outfielder. He used to play for the Padres. They got into an altercation with a teammate, Jock Peterson. Jock Peterson used to play for the Dodgers, correct?
Yeah. And over what? What would they possibly fight again? Was one guy sleeping with the other one's wife? Was he making advances on his sister? Did he flatten the cars on his tire? Did he knock out his windshield? What could they possibly fight about?
Fantasy baseball. And more specifically, they were upset with the amount of injured reserve spots. This was, the report says, and I'll let you watch the video. Tony Pham was upset. Tommy Pham. I'm sorry. You know what? After what he did, I'm calling him Tony. But Tommy Pham went ahead, was upset about a lingering issue regarding a IR designation in their fantasy football league that spilled over into real life, to where now this is during practice, usually right where you should be working on perfecting your craft. I'm shagging balls. I'm working on my fielding. I'm working on batting. You're improving your craft. During practice, this happened. Oof. You don't really get a great view of it. Tommy Pham goes ahead and slaps him. It looks like there's a coach there that's trying to de-escalate items, but you could see very briefly here, Tommy Pham slaps Jock Peterson. Boom. Over some fantasy football stuff, Grumpy. And he's ready. I tell you, he's balled his fist up. He was ready to start punching him after that, too. They're ready to go down, but nothing else escalated after that, just a slap. Tommy Pham was suspended for 3 games by the team and fined about $111,000.
I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. And, Jock Peterson, and if you look at him, I'm like, okay, Jock Peterson looks like a lunkhead. He does
look like a lunkhead. But I'll let you listen to Jock Peterson's response. But the Mets did happen to go ahead and do a little bit of trolling. They said for the bettor's box, total fantasy football disputes. Over under is 0.5, Grumpy. You taking the over or the under on that one?
Ouch. Ouch. Now that's trolling. Absolutely.
That is trolling. Oh, God almighty. I figured you'd find that one entertaining.
That's funny.
But yes, so Jock Peterson looks kind of odd for certain, but I will let you. And I'm like, when I listen to this interview, I think to myself, how far of a society have we fallen? I'm like, my God, we're truly in the dark times, ladies and gentlemen, when I listen to something like this.
Suspension for the game. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I saw that. And I know what he said, and either it's true. There was a lot of money involved in it. I did send a GIF in the group chat that was making fun of the Padres.
What? Pick your hat, kid.
There was also there was more than one Padre. There was maybe 4 or 5 that I'm kind of close with a couple of them, and it was supposed to be a friendly thing, just making fun of they were playing bad and just talking back and forth. And
fantasy football shit talking.
Well, no, he sent a gift about the Padres.
Okay,
because the Padres are playing poorly now. Tommy Pham used to play for the Padres, but no longer does play for the Padres.
First of all, it's fantasy football. Those guys shit talk, whatever it is. Those guys shit talk all the time.
That's correct.
He did not like that and responded. Jacques, I don't know you well enough to make any jokes like this. And, so then I wrote back. I'm just trying to pull it up. So it's
This interview is literally a guy reading off the text messages they have exchanged. It sounds like when you got a little friend who's like, "Oh no, this happened. I don't know what to think of it. What do you think of this situation? What do you think of this text messages I just got? What do you think is?" I'm like, "My oh my, think mankind has devolved, Grumpy."
Maybe his response should have been, "Tommy Pham, you don't like it? Blow me." Maybe that should have been his response.
No, stop.
Exact.
Maybe he couldn't see because he's got that
It's
hippie
meant to
hair.
be all fun and games. No hard feelings. Sorry if you took it that way. And then about 2 weeks later, after like week 4 or 5, he ended up leaving the league, and there's been no communication since. But like I said, it is true. I did send a GIF making fun of the Padres,
It
and
was hilarious.
if I hurt anyone's feelings, I apologize for that.
Oh, who cares? Really?
It was like, I'll show you, I guess.
This is freaking journalism.
It was like 3 weightlifters.
I just
Three
can't.
weightlifters.
And that's what it was.
Zoom in. Because he played for the Dodgers.
Oh,
They were a really good team.
I can't see it.
hold on. I saw this GIF. I kind of chuckled at it. It's 3 people throwing up sandbags and one person hits him in the head, and that was the Padres who hit him. Hold on a second. I'll show it to you big screen in a second, Grump.
Not playing well to make the playoffs with a very talented team. So, I was teammates with some of them, and
He's laughing thinking about it now.
so it's be lighthearted, and I understand everyone takes jokes differently. So, like I said, I apologize for that, and looking to move past this and show up tomorrow with no distractions and try to help this team win the ball game.
And I don't have to worry because Tommy's not going to be here because he stupidly slapped me. Yeah. Matter of fact, he's one of the guys who got hit in the head with a sandbag.
Hold on a second. I've got to let me try to find this here. I'll try to find it more where it's zoomed in. Grump, give me a sec.
I'm just like I'm sorry. And here's the thing, Jock Peterson, he obviously still thought that GIF was funny.
It's kind of funny.
As he's showing it, he's laughing as he's talking. He's apologizing, but he's not. He says that, you know what? You don't like it? Tough shit. That's what I would have said. Drop out of the league. Good. Bye-bye. We don't miss you at all.
Okay.
And I like Tommy Pham.
This is the reason why he got slapped. Hold on a second. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up. This is the reason right here. It's a gift. It's not even really that. I don't get it. Well,
Oh, boy. Is that a girl?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He hits her in the head. Oh. So this is what he got slapped over.
Maybe he was more. Jesus. That woman could have really hurt herself.
She may have. Who the hell knows?
I don't. Oh my God. I don't know if he was upset because he was calling them women, or because she got knocked out. But that's funny.
This is what the reason he said sorry for doing it, and he just got into it all. Like
I
what?
feel bad for her, man. She could have really got hurt. I hope she's okay. It's still funny, but I hope I'm sure she's okay.
I'm sure she's okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't be uploading that to the internet. I hope.
That's funny though.
Man, oh man. Oof. But this is the reason why he got slapped. Grumpy, wouldn't you say that I cannot believe Jock Peterson posted something and sent this in a text message, a group message to other individuals? This is where I draw the line, Grumpy. This is my last stand.
Honestly, my response would have been, grow up. It's a joke. I don't care. Matter of fact, you are the woman. That's what he should have said to him. Hey, Thomasina, you're the woman. Okay. Is that what you want me to say? Grow up. It's a freaking joke.
Would you have gone ahead and edited possibly, Grumpy Old Man, and changed the Padres to just, you would have changed that to a picture of Tommy Pham up there, and like you would have been here successfully doing it, maybe another one of your pals, and here's Tommy Pham getting hit. Would you go ahead and double down on that, Grumpy? Double down on the GIF?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I'm like, I don't care that you're, so what? Who cares? You're upset. I really don't care. Again, fantasy football.
Fantasy football, slap
about
around the world.
Like,
for
we don't
fantasy
have-
football, Grump.
Like, we don't have big enough problems in this world today that we're worried about fantasy football and a little video of someone getting hit in the head with a bag.
How privileged. How privileged.
My God.
My gosh. Yeah, exactly.
It's too bad because I really wanted to go into that dumping on Jock Peterson just because he looks so stupid with the way he wears his hat, shaves his head, bleach blonde, stupid little mustache. I wanted to go because I like Tommy Pham, but he was 100% in the wrong there. Sorry, Tommy.
You said that earlier on the show. You're like, oh, yeah. Before you heard anything of what happened.
I like Tommy Pham.
Oh,
And
yeah. Tommy Pham's a good guy. He's like, I can't wait to roast Jock Peterson. That stupid haircut he's got. I said, don't worry, Grumpy. I said, sounds good.
Yeah. But Tommy was in the wrong there. I'm sorry, Tommy. You got to be a little bit. Come on, Tommy, please.
Come on,
Your name's not Tony. At least I call you by your name, not like DJ. Talk about disrespecting Tony Pham. I don't know what the hell he do to you.
I might have a slap coming my way.
I think you'd get maybe he'd get you on the ice.
I might get a punch, not a slap. I might get a punch coming my way.
Yeah.
That's right. We need to settle this on Ice Wars next freaking Friday, Tony Pham. That's right. I'm calling you out, Tommy. I'm calling you Tony Pham. Next Friday, Ice Wars. The winner gets $100 at River Cree Casino and Spa. It's on. It's on, Tommy. I would have filmed saying, thanks for the fight, CJ, and let's go Celtics, Grumpy.
Yeah, let's go.
Apex Legends says,
What
a soy boy society. Pathetic.
It is. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Grow up.
A bunch of soy boy beta talk. Shaking my head. I'm not the type to trash talk a lot, but even I know, keep it reasonable. Come on, don't get so upset.
Yeah, I don't talk. I'm not a shit talker, but I'll do something that's funny. And if you don't like it,
it's such an upset reaction because he made fun of a team that'd be like, imagine your place of work. Oh man, I loved working for AMC movie theaters. Oh man, I love working for AMC movie theaters. It was my pride and joy. I loved it. Well, I stopped working for him. I got offered a job somewhere else for more money. I got offered more money at Regal Cinema. So I left AMC. And someone sent me a gift that wasn't nice. Someone sent me a picture that wasn't nice about AMC. And I said, man, I don't know you like that. You can't trash on my prior place of employment. How dare you do that? I can't believe you would do that. I don't know you like that, man.
I don't care.
And somebody apologizes to me, and I let him know when I see him, don't you be dissing AMC movie theaters.
The whole thing is he apologized to him supposedly. But here's the thing. Looking at his face, I'm going to bet his apology was like he apologized there. He thought it was hilarious. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think we're only hearing one side of the story. I don't anticipate it was like that, but still, come on, man. How did you let a gift that was started in a gift in a dispute about IR designations, injured reserve designations, start into some sort of physical altercation? Maybe you need to hit the freaking gym, Tommy Pham, if you're that upset. Hit the freaking gym, pound out a few bench press reps, do a little bit more in your squats, and work on your craft.
Well, just looking at Jock Peterson's body, I think he needs to hit the gym a little bit.
Jock Peterson could do that too. Yeah, I would have filmed saying it's really crazy a world that we live in today. Teach your kids well and teach your kids well about all the BS.
Yeah.
Drew L said, I once made my friend say that Lamar Jackson was his daddy after he shit talking me for a whole week. And I beat him thanks to Lamar Jackson. It was 2019 during that MVP year.
Oh, watch out. Hold on. You might get beat up.
And then what a film said, look at that. Look at Johnny Depp. The world just loved this guy. No matter what he does, and this baseball player is being punished. WTF.
Well, I've been following that Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing.
It's crazy. That stuff is insane, bro.
She's no innocent party, and Johnny kept all the receipts. Every single one. Everyone.
He's got to win, right? He looks like he's going to win that case, right?
He's going to win. He's going to win.
Alexander says here, TJ Grump, don't make me slap you guys for disrespecting my fantasy football team.
I mean, we disrespect Alexander's actual football team.
Yeah. Like if I sent you a GIF where I had the the Miami Dolphins sputtering out of control and losing, and you'd be like, "That's it, TJ, bam."
I don't know if Alexander's one of those guys, and I don't know. But there's some guys who they pick all the players off their own team, which I never do because first of all, I never pick anybody on teams that I really like because then I'm thinking too much about it. But you can't pick everybody from the same team because then if they don't perform well, you're done for the week.
Correct.
Or if they're on bye, you're finished. And would you ever put 2 on your fantasy team? Oh, please.
Drew L said, and TJ and Grump, speaking of fantasy football, if you have an extra spot in your league, I'd be honored to join. I was about to say, we need to do one of the this year where it's like a TJ and a grumpy old man fantasy football. And TJ, did you get my wrestling fight?
Ooh.
I didn't. Paulo C says here, yes, Grumpy. It would be more of an accomplishment today to beat Gretzky's record for the most points in the playoffs or any Gretzky record because the goaltending is better than it used to be.
Right. The goaltending is better with the butterfly style. And the other thing, the sticks are way better now too.
Mm.
With the composite sticks, it's not like they're using the wood sticks like the old days.
I'm just saying, yeah, I agree. I'm a Johnny fan. And Apex Legends here says New Yorkers used to be funny and make fun of each other.
All the time.
Now you can't even make it, and you can't even send a gift. But what a pathetic culture we are.
It's true. I mean, in our block, we had, the Polacks, the Jews, the Krauts, the mix. That's what no one cared. That's what, I mean, we had all diverse cultures and nobody cared. It meant nothing. And that's what we were. There's always jokes for every nationality. Certainly living in New York, without a doubt. But I guess things have changed.
Isaiah says, no grump. I'm not only certain players, but not all. What a film saying here. Amber and her sister look like they could send laser beams out of their eyes. They're scary looking people. They've got the death stares like that.
Yeah. I mean, yikes. Yeah, I mean,
Jimmy Butler showed up tonight. If the Heat had another superstar with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo,
Adebayo.
God, give me a sec, Grandpa Bio.
Adebayo.
Was that?
Just go.
I saw possibly that Joel Embiid said, "Oh man, you guys need one more superstar there." And people are thinking that Joel Embiid maybe was considering or wanting to go.
Well, if you're looking for a superstar, he's a good one to have.
You think?
Yeah.
For certain, Grump. Let's see here.
Actually, when you said, do you think? I say often.
Oof. My God.
All the time.
Oof. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. Oof. My gosh. This is the last little video here. Thank you, Alexander. Last one of the fan fight segment. Now this, looks like we've got a fan that went to a wrestling event and wanted to fight some of the professionals.
Oh, that's a mistake. That's a mistake.
And I'm sure, as you can imagine, this guy is big as hell. First off, let's first off talk about this. This guy.
Okay. He should, first of all, the wrestlers should never, and I mean ever, touch the fan. Ever touch the fan. The fan shouldn't touch him either, but the wrestler should never touch the fan. Where the hell is security? Well, it's a,
Well, the wrestlers are the security.
But still.
Let's go ahead.
Come on. Oh, Jesus. What are you doing? What the hell?
Headbutts first.
What? I mean, it's almost, are you sure that it wasn't a work?
I don't think so. There is security. What the hell's going on here?
I mean,
why was that the move? The headbutt. What the?
What the hell?
What in God's green earth are they thinking?
Why would he go after him unless it's a work? I mean, and he stuck his tongue out at him. I mean, I don't think the wrestler did anything wrong, honestly. Now, he shouldn't have go back at him, though. That's a mistake.
Oh, my God. He's just still pummeling the living hell out of him. Oof.
I'm going to tell you what. Oh, man, that could have been really, really ugly. The referee got hit in the face with an elbow.
Why are they fighting? Why are they fighting people?
A guy lost his hat. I mean, there's a Donnybrook break. There's a Pier 6 brawl. This guy here got his shirt ripped. He thinks he's Hulk Hogan. I don't know why he would start. Oh, he put his hands on me first. They can't do that. Like I said, we didn't see what happened to start. So maybe he touched him to start. But still, again, Wrestlers cannot be touching fans. I don't know if that's what started it. I don't know.
I don't know what happened ahead of time. He
But
goes.
he might have touched them. He might have touched them previously.
He hits his hat off his head. Is what happened.
Yeah, see, he shouldn't have done that.
And the guy didn't like that. Gee, hold on. Can we talk about the freaking headbutt? He goes, his move here for the headbutt is, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Yeah. All right, I'm not going to say what I want to talk about because TJ get pissed.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're not. But I like how that's the move. That's the freaking move for the headbutt. It was like he's got to bring his arms up like that. Boom, to try to get as much head action as he possibly can into this guy's face.
I'll tell you what, that guy looks like he could be in the ring. He's a big guy.
This is Cassie Haynes of bodyslam.net. The indie wrestler, the wrestler's name is Joe Black, could be seen acting out his role as a heel to a masterful level. So much so that he provoked a fan to get physical.
Well,
And that Black was making his way ringside, and the fan got up and immediately headbutted Joe Black.
Yeah, I'm just going to say he should not be touching the fans. Don't do it. It's a mistake. Just don't do it. It was dumb. I mean, now the fan, oh my God, it's just, come on.
Now, this fan was not a plant, and the whole ordeal is 100% real.
Okay. Because it looks like he's a plant. The way, I mean, he can throw a headbutt and he can throw punches.
He threw a hell of a headbutt.
Yeah.
A hell of a headbutt. It's
Yeah.
like he's gotten a little bit of practice. He's been a WWE fan since inception, and he's gotten some practice in.
Yeah, he's loading up. Okay.
Oh my God! I'm just
Keep rolling. I want to see the headbutt.
Okay, here's another angle. Give me a second. I might be
Okay. So everyone's videotaping this. It tells me that I'm going to bet it was a work.
It's not a work.
Okay.
No, I don't know about that.
You have multiple views of an incident like this. Who the hell at these events is photographing a wrestler exit in an indie card?
I don't know.
And multiple views, multiple angles. Yeah, I don't know.
I've gotten right to the source, grumpy old man. I feel like I'm on one of these sites that it's an odd site to be on, but this is the other angle we've got. Boop. He flips the hat up.
Wow.
I cannot get over watching that headbutt again. Is just ridiculous on that, Grump.
He didn't even hesitate to hit him with the headbutt.
It was as soon as he got up, he said, boom. And that was head-to-head action, man. Oof.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to bet that big guy would have kicked his ass.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I don't know. His punches weren't real good. They were kind of like slaps when Joe Black was. Is his name Joe Black or John Black?
I think the wrestler's name is Joe Black.
Joe Black. Okay. He's like, you want to
even looks a little bit like it could be staged, but they say
yeah,
it's not.
It sure does. It sure does. And this guy over here, I feel bad for him. He lost his hat. What the hell? Maybe they don't like hats wherever that is. This guy ain't fool around though.
This guy's gonna be joining the wrestling. He's gonna be joining the wrestling. Oh my God!
It's got a built-in grudge match.
Look
like, go in there, get in there.
Spot over here. He's ready. He's ready to join. He's ready to join and fight Joe Black next week. You've got to come though. It's gonna be in Augusta, Georgia, and Joe Black's gonna take on fan number 1, whoever the hell this guy is.
The only thing they could have done is kick him out and get the other wrestler back.
Ding, 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 ding. Get out of here. That's what they're doing. You got to go. You've got to get out of here.
Wait in a parking lot for him. I mean, that's what they used to do in the old days. They'd have, if you were a good enough heel back when people thought wrestling was real, and there were a lot of people that did back in, the 70s and stuff and the early 80s, they were waiting at your car after matches, challenging you, flattening your tires, breaking your windshields. That's how you knew you were really over in the territory as a bad guy. When they start, crapping on your car. I mean, shit.
I'd argue that even the Heat got a D'Angelo Russell. They'd be in much better shape.
Yeah.
The guy in the gray shirt looks like Eddie Hall with hair. Ooh, Eddie Hall's huge now. He's a huge son of a gun. Eddie Hall is awesome. I love his personality. What a film saying, while I was working in film, I met Mr. T. He said, it looks a lot like Mr. T. I met Mr. T. I thought I'd say hi, and he said, eat your vegetables and get plenty of exercise, and you'll be like Mr. T. And then he walked away. Funniest thing ever.
He used to have that like a reverse mohawk. He'd have 2 strips of hair on the side, shaved in the middle, and then shaved on the sides, I think. is what he went with.
And then the headbutt was hilarious. He must have had a headache. But it's like on your mark, get set, headbutt. And it's
Bam.
not work,
Man,
Grumpy.
he wasn't fooling around. He didn't throw a punch. I'm going to hit you with my head.
Absolutely. And for the title, Joe Black against fan number 1 for the title. I'm down
That's
for
what they'd
that.
have. They'd have like
Ice War segment for right there.
the
Yeah.
champion, like in the squash matches, like in the weekly thing, they'd have the champion who only wrestle on TV like twice a year, 2-3 times a year. He's going against Executioner number 1 if it's a good guy, or he go against some low level good guy, or going against the unpredictable Johnny Rods,
Oh man.
some jobber.
Well, Grumpy, you're here at the end of the show, and I'll remind you guys, if you're here, thank you for tuning in. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, follow on Twitter. Again, every single Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every single Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Grump, but what do you want to say before we wrap things up today, Grumpy?
I want to say
a violent nose blow in. Go ahead, Grumpy.
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens, and even those who don't, from TJ and the Grumpy Old Man.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. This is late Sunday evening. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Thank you for all the great submissions we get of all the great content. Hold on, there's one more thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, Joe, that's right. Sorry, Joe. I wish I could have showed the craziness that ensued at the League One team that was relegated down to Liga 2. But I think they would take the video down. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you guys Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you again, Grumpy.
My pleasure.